This is the LEGO Invisible Hand. This set came out March 1st, 2024 with 557 pieces retailing for $50, coming with 0 minifigures for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining why LEGO is hiding something from you in this set, and it's really interesting. But first I want to open it up. So what is LEGO really hiding? Not technically anything on the inside other than that little MTC, which we'll get to in a bit. It's the first ever 18+ prequel set that we have gotten. And it is of such a weird ship that is not particularly iconic, but it does tie into things. Now what does it tie into? Obviously, this thing was mainly featured in the movie Revenge of the Sith. It was largely at the beginning. It had General Grievous in it. It was a very epic scene, you may remember. And another really interesting note is that the UCS Venator came out last year with Captain Rex, Admiral Yularen, and was one of the first ever prequel sets of that size, of that scale, and from that era. Now here's what I think LEGO's hiding from you with this set. This set is a trial run. It's not the main event, and I want to actually build it to show you what I mean. So let's get building. Alright, so we finished building it, and it is just a gorgeous model. It has a lot of neat features. Like, it has a little MTT resembling the one in the movie. I'll pull up a picture of it because it's a little hard to just disassemble this set. It has just a lot of awesome features. Personal favorite is the one where you can break it apart. Really, this is the only main feature. That's great, because that happens in the movie, and you know, they're still flying half a ship, which would have been a nice quote to include, by the way. But it's a cool set. It's neat. It's all right. $50 is a great deal on this. Now, what is LEGO doing? Why is the Invisible Hand a set that's come out? Well, first off, it's the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, so it's epic. They've never done this before. It's a unique experience because LEGO has only ever made one Separatist capital ship before, and that's the Malevolence. It was a Clone Wars set. And it was a little more on the, I guess, like, at the time sides, like they put out stuff with shows or movies. So that was what that was doing. Why is this coming out? Why now? Here's the theory. So there's this interesting thing called market testing. What is market testing? Market testing is basically what companies do to see if there is an interest in a particular item. What LEGO is doing with this is they are testing to see if there is an interest. Now, the way that this kind of started, and you could give an example, say, is with the 501st Battle Pack. They put that out, they see the fans are really itching for it. They're saying, okay, maybe there's something to this. Maybe people really do want a 501st Battle Pack. They released one. It's a test. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't do well, we won't do it anymore. 501st Battle Pack says gangbusters. They released a bunch of Clone Wars sets. Half the sets on the shelves now are Clone Wars. You have the gunship, the ATTE. You have 3 clone battle packs, including that big one. You had the Republic fighter tank up until last year. And you have sets like that that are very popular now. They sell very well, and people like them. Now, you also got very recently the UCS Venator. For LEGO, that's a very big deal, because they have never done anything like that before. They've done big Star Wars sets, but they were always very safe ones. They always did a Millennium Falcon, or an AT-AT, or they did a Star Destroyer at those big, high prices, the biggest, most expensive LEGO sets on Earth. So to do something like a Venator before you do, say, a big $800 R2-D2 or a big $800 X-Wing or something along those lines, it's obviously a little bit risky because they've never done a prequel set that size. But lucky for us, the Venator, in my opinion, and from what I've seen, has sold very well. It's extremely popular and people love it. That was a market test. All of those things were market tests. What are they doing with this? This is a simple little $50 set. It's nothing crazy. It's unique. It's probably gonna retire after 1 or 2 years. Why did they choose this? I think the reason they chose this is because LEGO is planning on making an Invisible Hand $650-ish UCS set. And I go as far as to say is they already have a model plan. LEGO, it is almost known on hand, has a bunch of different pre-designed sets. They have a Geonosian arena they're sitting on, and really you just have to wait to go through market testing to see if people will actually buy them. Last year there was a leak that happened of a bunch of different Star Wars sets and Disney sets where they asked people in a survey, it was supposed to be private but it leaked, if they would buy sets. And there were a bunch of those sets were released this year, and some of them weren't. For instance, there was one of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, or the Snow White's Cottage, and there was a Jabba's sail barge in there that's likely to be coming out this year. So LEGO was doing market testing, and really that's what they're waiting on. So with a set like this, the 25th anniversary is coming up for Revenge of the Sith. They have a Venator on shelves. They don't have anything to really combat it or go against it. And I think it is more than logical at this point to assume that they have a UCS Invisible Hand model on hand over there. And I think that's a very exciting prospect, first off, because you have it right next to the Venator. You have a competitorship. When the Millennium Falcon came out, I believe 2, if not 3 years later, they had the Star Destroyer. The Star Destroyer came out in 2019. So they might want a companion UCS set to go alongside Venator. The Invisible Hand's obviously the perfect pick for that. There is no better pick. And in terms of a large-scale model. And they're looking to see really if there is a pull for this. Droid ships are more obscure. They don't have as much, initial reaction. A Star Destroyer kind of conveys Star Wars to your grandma. Your grandma's not gonna know what this is. My grandma's not gonna know what this is. She could look at a Venator and say, yeah, that's Star Wars. You look at this, that doesn't tell you anything. So they're looking to see if it's popular enough. Invisible Hand's a little bit more of a unique ship. So they need to see if people are interested, so they put it in a cheaper set, which is why I wouldn't be shocked if you end up seeing this set retired, say by middle of next year, very early, and then they release a UCS one, say come that November, the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. I think this is an indicator. I think that there's a very strong shot this or something very heavily Separatist related happens. And if not, then LEGO's not hiding anything, and I just made a cool LEGO YouTube video about a cool LEGO set. And really, it is a cool LEGO set, and you should buy it specifically so that way they do release a $600 big, large-scale version of it, which I would love to see. Even if you don't intend on buying a $600 version of it, buy this one because it's a great model, and then you get to look at a cool model of a much bigger one, and that's going to be really neat to see. Also, total side note, this is great for stop motions. If I was still in my stop motion days, this would be awesome. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think LEGO is going to do anything for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith? And do you think they're going to do an Invisible Hand set? I want to know. Tell me in the comments down below. I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.